Somewhere up there where the radio towers are is Potosi Mountain, and that's where we are going. We are driving around. There are the Red Rocks. Earlier I could see Wilson and Rainbow and Bridge, but this was actually a peak I thought about doing, but I guess the late night trailhead, but I guess the road gets a little rough, and we're gonna hope we can make it on what should be a decent dirt road and park by Potosi Spring, and then just go straight up the ridge like over 3,000 feet. All right, so we've parked at the Potosi Mine. I think I said Potosi Spring. Maybe I misspoke. I thought there was a spring around here, but we have to gain, I think it's this little rib, and then just take it up. And it like I said, it goes up like 3,000 feet. So there's this beautiful A-frame here. I forget the name of those mountains or what peaks those are. But okay, and the little road from where we parked up the first 100 feet. Here's the mine. Pretty cool. Wonder what creatures are in there. And I think that's the end of the road. So we are gaining this rib, which we've already made it halfway up to it. And then it's going to be all ridge romping all the way to the summit. All right, so we've hit the rib. Danger. Unsafe mine. Stay out. Stay alive. So I don't know if, unless it's like right below us and this could collapse. Oh yeah, damn, look at that mine shaft. So yeah, let's stay away from that. And at least we've reached the ridge now, so now just following it more or less all the way up. So, can we still see the car? Yes. So we're up, I don't know, 600 feet maybe? Just following the ridge is pretty easy. It's steep, but it's obvious where to go. We're just following the ridge up. And then if it splits at some point, I'll look at the map. But I don't really think it does. But we got a long way to go. We're maybe 20% of the way up. Beautiful country out here. All right, so this is pretty unrelenting. I did just look at the elevation profile, and it offered me some hope because it looks like the steeper part is the beginning. And I think we're near the part that I said looked to be about 1,000 feet up from the car. It's actually about 1,300 feet up. So I'm about 1,300 feet up. I'm over 7,000 feet in elevation, so it gets a little complicated here. It's like, do we go up there? There seems to be a mega cairn up there, see that? So I think I should head towards that because that looks to be higher. Look at that, first view of the summit. I think it says towers. So look at this cairn. So we've gained kind of this first what you can see from the parking, and now we might have some drops. We do have like a 200 feet drop at some point. It's apparently class 3, but let me just take you with me. This is a pretty nice looking marker here. But yeah, I would say this represents, you know, maybe the halfway point here in terms of effort. Probably wrong with that, but yeah, because we have our first baby drop. Yeah. So look at this. Now we've got a nice ridge romp with a big drop over one of those last ones, but this is awesome up here. This is a pretty cool wide ridge. You got some bigger drops over to your left here, although you could in theory probably climb down. But yeah, the views are opening up. You can see it's not nearly as steep here. This is like a normal paced walk for me, so it'll get steeper again, but this is definitely a pleasant section. Oh look, we got some birds of prey. Nice. So yeah, kind of walking right near the cliffs on rock. Whatever, this is cool rock. What kind of rock is this? I don't know. But it's pretty rough, rugged rock for sure. Alright, so I had several little bumps. Now we're on the up and up again, more steeply, but the wind's picking up, as you can undoubtedly hear. This is fun though, I like this. It's like pretty easy, but it's also steep, but it's not too dense where you're getting cut up and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna approve of this as a fun, short little hike. So we've gained another bump on the ridge, and the ridge actually diverts to the right. I could have skirted around, but you can see, look at these these are the major cliffs I think Stav was talking about. Some is so wild away, a lot of bumps. But this is pretty cool up here. If any of you guys have a fear of heights or exposure, don't walk near the edges of these cliffs. Whew. Alright, we've kind of gained what I think is the next bump, but hard to tell. We got our view back. All right, it looks like we're about to run off a cliff. So I think this is gonna be the class 3 major drop on the ridge. And again, you can't tell. When you're dealing with steep terrain, it always looks like you're gonna walk off a cliff until you walk up to it, and then you see you can step down it. So just gotta feel it out. Do we head down right there? Do we head down? Yeah, see? Once you get down to it, it's just steppy, and then I get down to that, and I can't see, but it'll be steppy. So, yeah, this is gonna be your major, oh, there's cactus right at the bottom, unfortunately. That looks loose. Yeah, it's a very contained, not exposed, but, I mean, I guess this is class 3 when you have big steps and you're using your hands. You probably use your hands on the way up. So just a bunch of big 2 to 3 foot steps there. And now bending down here, and then we'll presumably just step right off that too. So pretty cool. You know, not super fun or challenging to route find at all, but just stay straight on the ridge when in doubt, and then we'll head straight up this one. So the second portion was a little more class 3. You can see those are big, like 5-foot steps. I think you could cut down skiers right and make it a little easier on yourself, but I just kind of went straight off the nose. And yeah, so it does get a little steeper in some parts as you go down. Just be careful. Some of this rock does look like it could break off, as you see all these shards everywhere. But yeah, all contained. You're not near an exposed edge or anything, so it's all good. Let's cut back here, and we still have a little bit to drop. So there was our cliffy section, that one big steppy section. And now I kind of was slightly too low, but I've come back more on ridge proper. And I don't know if I want to bend left or go straight up. I might have to check the map here. we're just zigzagging our way up. And I probably completely went the wrong way here. We're trying to stay on the ridge proper, but it's not as defined up higher. You're just kind of walking up a steep slope of pine needles and dirt and the like. So I think we're getting closer, but it's hard to tell. I'm hopeful we're going to top out in like 100 feet. Oh, we got eyes on the towers again, but still got a little bit to go. Still a couple hundred more feet at least. It's chilly up here with the wind. No snow though. So we sort of have this false bump. Now we just got to cut across. So we get another little drop. All right, finally. I got all these big clusters of cacti. Where's your summit? Probably right here where this registry box is. Yeah, summit, Potosi Peak. There's also a road that comes up here, by the way, to service the radio towers, but it's no fun to hike up that way. So, pretty good views from up here. Look at the strip way down there. Pretty cool. And there's the bigger spring mountains, but these are still, I guess, the spring mountains. So it's interesting because the red rocks are there, and then I don't know how the spring mountains connect. I guess they just get really low. But and then out to whatever that valley is over there. So pretty cool views. That took exactly 1:44, if I give myself a minute, the last minute. 1:44, so I'm right on target. Should get down in like an hour 20, hour 30, I would think. But yeah, pretty awesome views up here. All right, it says with any descents like this, you got to be careful because you can start going off some false ribs or drainages. So I've kind of been careful because you can't see either. So I went climber's left of this cliff face. So, you know, you could have a tendency to start going off that one, for example, and maybe hit a cliff. So you'd have to start bending left and recalibrate, but I think I'm in, and actually I might want to be up on this. And I did want to be up here, so I was totally messed up. That presumably would have taken me way too low. All right, we made it down. Yeah, I definitely got off course several times. You got to be careful because you hit a lot of cliffs that you got to kind of navigate around, and I thought I was on the side of the right one, but I wasn't. So you can see there's this cable up here. I meant to point this out with some stumps. All right, so we've come up the class 3 section. It actually was pretty quick. And now we're sort of flat on top of this ridge, but pretty soon we're gonna start to go down off it. So this is another area where it's like, do I skirt? And like, I want to make sure this is the way I'm going and not off that way. So constantly checking the map here, but I want to start cutting left, but that could be wrong. So we're just cresting a bunch of little bumps with cairns. There's that prominent one there, and then from there it's going to be a steep 1,400 feet down. So not the easiest thing in the world. It's kind of slow going. Alright, we've reached the Great White Cairn, and now that means steep descent is going to be on for the rest of the way. I think I saw the car, so that's good, but it could still get taken before I make it down. So again, I got to make sure I'm bombing off the right way, and since it's so steep it might be hard to see, so I'm going to do a map check now. So I'm glad I checked the map, because like I said, you don't want to go off that one. It's very confusing. You can't see because it's too steep, but the path slightly bends and we're going down like this away. It's confusing, it's hard to describe. But anyway, I'm gonna have to be on the map quite a bit, I think, on the way down, because I'm afraid I will get off route if I'm not careful. All right, so I think I've finally located the proper rib. It is not easy to see from above, so you really got to be on top of the map, so just be aware of that. You could start, I mean, in theory, you could probably get down a lot of different ways. Better view of the rib we're heading down, straight to the car down there. So, like I said, as you get more line of sight, it at least verifies you're on the right path. This rib's just gonna go straight down. So far, so good. A little loose and messy right here, but that's gonna be the name of the game. All the way down. This rock is so sharp, it like hurts to put your hands on it. So anyway, somewhere down there, we're gonna split off. So we're almost to the point where we get to leave this long ridge slog. I'm just not sure exactly where, so I'm gonna have to check the map. All right, and yes, I forgot about the sign, the danger with the mine. So here is the cut down point. You hit this rock formation, and we're gonna cut down not far, 100 feet to the road, and then another 100 feet to the car, or maybe a little bit more to the car. Car's still here, the other car's gone. So yeah, this is gonna be a steep, loose descent here, but we should be down at the car in like 7 minutes. So yeah, not the easiest hike, but I thought it was pretty fun. So I'd highly recommend it. Make sure you have enough time, especially, you know, depending on the pace you move at. All right, Potosi Mountain. Uh-oh, I got a note on my car. Oh, nice. Check this out. I thought it was some guy yelling at me that he was going to tow my car. Got our picture of you on the rock, and he gave his number, Mike. Thanks, Mike. You're going to get a shout out on this video. That was Potosi. That was like 325. So yeah, pretty long. About the same on the way down. Maybe a little, 5-10 minutes less. But yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, gonna drive back. This road's pretty rough. I'm a little worried about the car, so be careful if you drive this. It's steep and rocky for like a mile, mile and a half.